So we had, as you said, very strong growth in P&C, notably in commercial lines. We had growth of 7%, but also in retail lines 4%. So overall, P&C grew by 6%, which is a very good performance. We also had strong growth in protection, strong growth in health, if you exclude 2 large contracts that we cancelled, with plus 7% growth. Now, you said some of our numbers were weaker. In fact, that's a deliberate decision to reduce some of our exposures, notably to Nat Cat reinsurance. So we trimmed down our exposure there. That was partly compensated by significant price increases. But it's true that overall reinsurance was down by 2%. On savings, what we saw is that we reduced, again, deliberately our exposure to capital-heavy general account business, but overall our general account business and savings were flat. So the last one is asset management. Capital markets were a bit volatile, a bit difficult this quarter. Assets under management, as you said, are down by 7%, but our revenues were quite robust, with only a decrease of 4%.
Dotted throughout the earnings release today is the line favourable price effects. Just how strong is pricing in this environment, and are you seeing any element of fading in some lines of the business?
No, overall we see significant price increases in all lines. Especially we see a reacceleration of pricing in large commercial lines in our subsidiary at AXA XL. It's better than at the end of last year. The only part where there is more competition and therefore pricing is more difficult is North America professional lines. Other than that, we see really excellent pricing dynamic.
Let me ask you about the impact of inflation, Alban, because I'm sure at the P&C claims level you've seen some spike. Tell us a bit about the impact and perhaps also on what's happening with the savings accounts, which seems to have been disappointing.
So we do see some claims inflation, notably in motor. Claims inflation is around 7% in Europe overall, but we managed to take that down through our own actions, better procurement and so on. And with reasonable price increases, we managed to keep our technical margins in motor and more generally in P&C. On savings, as I said, we want to reduce our so-called capital-heavy general account business because our focus is on the generation of capital and cash for our shareholders, and we reduce the businesses that use more capital.